Hello and happy gaming, everyone. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and yes, it has been a little while since I uploaded anything. So, to offer a little bit of clarity on that, I have been having very deep and strong coughing fits that have been leading into really strong, just just bestial headaches. And so I decided to go to the hospital, I guess I should say urgent care, to try to figure it out. It turns out I have a form of bronchitis. So it's been interesting just taking care of that. I'm still not 100% better, but it is at least being taken care of now, so I feel a bit more, now that it's being treated, I feel a bit more confident in getting back to my normal routine of things. Alright, so I think we all know what I'm setting up for. I did grind for a little bit of money before now.
Not slow?
Here we go. And there we go, unbreakable strength. Beautiful. Alright, so here's the thing. Both Fragile Greed and Fragile Heart can also be upgraded, but they don't actually count. Like, just having the fragile ones still counts. Upgrading them to Unbreakable actually does not count towards full completion. So in my eyes, that's all well and good. I'm done there. So let's go. Let's go over here. Look, it's Mr. Grimmy Grim. Now, those of you who have played this before, you know what's coming up. This is perhaps one of the most interesting, fast-paced boss fights in the entire game. I love it to death, even though it is quite hard. And here we go. It's also one of the few bosses that actually gets that. Oops. Alright, so Nightmare King Grim is one of those bosses that just takes some practice. Also, you just have to not get too greedy like I was doing. Alright, so Nightmare King Grim does this attack at the every 25% marker of his health. So there we go. It's alright. That's okay. Remember, he's a dream boss. And no, I was not expecting to do perfectly the first time I fought him in a long time. And this is one of the best uses for Sharp Shadow. There we go. Now I'm starting to get back into my groove. Right, don't let Insect Dracula intimidate you. Once you understand the patterns of the fight, it's Oops. Really not that bad. And you could also just do what I did and just completely screw off and... Get opportunity to heal up. Well, I guess I could have kept healing, but oh well. Oh, what was I thinking? There we go. Don't let Grimmy Whim catch you off guard. Ah. Oh no! Oh man! I probably could have waited to do this one until I had all 9 masks so I could give myself just a little bit more of a margin for error. But I figure I like this fight enough that I just really want to do this. Oops. So the reason why I'm doing that with why I'm just sitting still afterwards is because the dash length of the Sharp Shadow is usually enough to put you on a safe spot on the other side of his attack. But, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been playing many games while I've been really out of it, so I am a little out of practice. You could just admit it's a really hard fight. I already did that. Just like that. Now, when he goes to launch his flaming bats, you actually don't want to approach him too quickly when he does that. Reason being is if you approach him before he launches his third bat, then he teleports to the other side of you and makes you chase him down while launching 2 more. Bad timing on my behalf. But if you wait for him, then you have an opportunity to hit him before he teleports off. Alright. There we go. Stupid me. You know, Dark Sage, if you're going to be using the Sharp Shadow Charm for this fight, you could also couple it with Dash Master to do some more damage. And you know, I would love to, if I weren't stuck in a position where I had to have Grimchild on in order to even activate the fight. Yeah, the first time you fight Nightmare King Grim, you absolutely have to have Grimchild on in order to even let the fight start. Remember, this is all about the Grimchild ritual. And that's what I mean. I didn't do that necessarily as an example. That was more so just something that happened by accident. Oh no. Oops. But yeah, if I didn't have to have Grimchild on, I would have either Longnail or Dash Master. Now, to be fair, depending on your playstyle, you can always drop Sharp Shadow and put on either Longnail or perhaps you like Mark of Pride. None of those are necessarily bad things. I would actually go out of my way as saying that the Sorcerer build that I'm using actually makes Nightmare King Grim just a little bit harder. Mostly because you just don't have a lot of opportunities to lash out with your strongest spells. So you're more or less playing a waiting game, just gathering up soul and trying to get in there with your best attacks, and then trying not to do that. Now this is a good opportunity to get in with a spell, but you also highly risk getting counterattacked for it, which is why I don't usually do it. Like I said, this is a fast-paced fight, so you don't get a lot of opportunities to heal. But take whatever opportunities you can. Because it's hard to know when he's going to do the ground spire move. No. And that's one of your healing opportunities, but because it's hard to predict when that's going to happen, it's actually kind of an unreliable healing point. However, if you sneak in a heal after that attack, after you Sharp Shadow through it, then you can heal after that. I know I'm not exactly making my case for I'm not a terrible Hollow Knight player. Simultaneously, this is not an easy fight, and I've been under the weather for like the last 2 weeks. With back-to-back ear infection and bronchitis. I know it's not And it's not really my place to make excuses for myself, I'm just saying. Oh, stupid. Alright, now, like I said, I could throw a Shade Soul at him while he's doing this. But I just find that to be less than reliable. Like I said, I have no qualms about the idea that I came in here with a build that's actually makes Nightmare King Grim a little harder. That wasn't exactly intentional. I just really like my Sorcerer build. But I kind of did so at my own risk, knowing that a nail build is actually a little bit more sustainable for Nightmare King Grim. But I love my Sorcerer build, so I'm willing to put in the extra work. Now, oops. Oh no. Remember, when he summons the flame pillars, that's actually one of your best times to sneak in sneak in some damage, because he's just going to be sitting there for a while. So if you time it out so that the flame pillars always pop up just behind you, then you can just casually walk over to him and slap some sense into him with your nail. You know, if you know that the nail build is better, why don't you just switch to that? I said, I'm stubborn. I like my Sorcerer build. Also, the last time I fought Nightmare King Grim was a while ago, so just consider a good portion of this fight just me relearning his patterns, essentially. Ugh. I duffed really hard. But the biggest thing I can say about this fight is it's fast and frenetic, but that doesn't mean that you should let him intimidate you. He's got his patterns just like any other boss. Matter of fact, the only boss in this game that I think doesn't have an easily readable pattern is, well, it's one of the endgame bosses, so I will keep my mouth shut. There we go. I said it was dangerous to do that! I did. And I'm not wrong, I just managed to find a couple of spots to sneak in some damage. Get myself a little bit of a buffer zone. See? Oh no you don't. Not this time. And there he goes. Alright, it's a shame that the entire episode was just Nightmare King Grim, but simultaneously, the ritual is now complete. Hello, what is this still doing here? Okay, I guess I wasn't aware that that tent would stick around, so I guess I could still upgrade the other two charms if I wanted to. Hahaha, good riddance. That creepy carnival has vanished and the town's returned to its former self. Nice and quiet, as I like it. It's quite enough to deal with just the occasional traveler. Whole structures appearing out of nowhere, dreadful music, horrific masks, all far more than one old bug should have to face. Alright. So... okay. Well, that was unintentional, but I think that signals a good stopping point for now. It's a shame I only got my groove back right at the end there, but it's okay. Next time around, I think it's time for one of the hardest subquests in the entire game, but everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. I apologize for not having put up anything in a while. Just bear with the illness a little bit longer. I am working to get rid of it, and once that's done, I can be back to my normal jovial self without coughing fits. Wouldn't that be nice? So, again, thank you for tuning. Ow. Thank you for tuning in. Try to ignore how haggard I sound. And I will be back. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you